Hello Blizzard fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between VampyWorm, the Cool Man, OoOoO, and Fender on Moonlight Madness, the latter edition. This is from the latest patch of Legacy of the Void. The patch broke all of my previous replays that I've collected, so I'm starting over from scratch. So send your Legacy of the Void replays to me if they're interesting or awesome at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and I will get them cast. I cannot guarantee that, but send them anyway, and we'll see what I can do. In the bottom left of Moonlight Madness, the latter edition, we have the red Protoss team. It is Red Archon from Team Ascension, representing VampyWorm. And in the top right, we have the red Zerg Archon team, also known as Red Archon. One of the team members was named OoOoO. Anyway, yeah, very fun stuff. Same color, but at least they're not the same race this time, which is always so annoying. It looks like they have not fixed the color problem here in Legacy of the Void, but that is okay. Both teams actually opting to go for an early expansion first. Looks like before Gateway even, and before spawning pool. They are getting a pool and a Gateway individually, though, at this point. Again, Archon Mode is where two players are on the same team. Both can control whatever they want. There is actually a way to take army units from your teammate if they're actively controlling them if you need to get people back home. I believe it's like control and then a control group number. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. So previously, if your buddy was out across the map and they were attacking and you needed somebody back home to defend against some harass or something like that, then you wouldn't be able to do it. But now you can, so that's nice. All right, let's go ahead and slow it down just a little bit. I believe VampyWorm is saying, please stay away from Billy. Fender saying, no, Bob the Builder wants to fix it. And there's a yeah. So Billy, I think, is our little scouting probe here. Oh, a couple hits off there on Billy. And, yep, just kind of chasing each other around. Let's see, both players just kind of macroing up, getting a Stalker, getting a Queen, getting Metabolic Boost, and Warp Gate. So fairly standard stuff here in this Legacy of the Void cast. I was talking with a Protoss player the other day, actually earlier today, and he was expressing some concern and some frustration about the current state of Protoss in Legacy of the Void. He was saying that it's hard, he doesn't know what to do against Zerg. He says Lurkers are really good, Corruptors are good. The Abductability, Parasitic Bomb from Vipers is just really difficult to handle. And so he's not quite sure what to do to really break a turtling Zerg who has Lurkers up and Static Defense and Vipers and things like that. So I thought it was an interesting kind of switch. Usually the turtling player like a Protoss is really hard for a Zerg player to break, but in this case, Legacy of the Void, we're actually seeing a bit of turtling ability from the Zerg. So we'll have to see if that continues on or if that gets changed up here as we go through the beta. Probably won't be the case in the release, just because if there are some major imbalances, those should get fixed up. So double Stargate actually coming out here from our Team Protoss. So we might actually see some Oracle harass, we might see some Phoenix, might even rush carriers, to be honest. There we go. Some Oracles on their way out, an Adept on their way out here is the 4-minute mark, so a little bit later than some of the Adept craziness we've seen. But again, we're going air in addition to the Adepts, so it's nothing, you know, it's nothing really standard at this point. Warpgate just about to be finished. Do we have a forward pylon? It's really hard to see because it's going to be red, right? Yeah, it's going to be red, so I don't think I see one though. I've clicked on all the red little dots and there is nothing there. So, alright, so we have the Oracles out. Are they heading? Yes, they're heading across the map up to the top right where the Zerg player is. Makes a lot of sense. This one's going here. This one's going here. We're going to try to kill workers in both of these bases. And again, there's really no static defense. There's a Spore here, but there's nothing here at the natural. Unfortunately for the Zerg player, these Oracles might end up doing a little bit more damage than expected from Team Protoss. So we'll have to see how this goes. Again, this base not so open, but here we come. Popping right on in immediately. Oh, actually throwing down a Stasis Ward. Choosing, oh, locking down the Queen, locking down a single drone. This Queen actually manages to stay out of there. What was this Oracle doing the whole time? This Oracle tried to get a kill. Took a few pot shots, I'm guessing, from the Spore Crawler and from the Queen. And actually getting a Hydralisk Den here. And carriers. There we go. Carriers are on the way from Team Protoss. Double carrier from Double Stargate. Trying to knock down these rocks is this Zealot. And a bunch of more gateways coming up as well. So yeah, you need this number of gateways to support this number of bases. 2 bases with 3 or 4 gateways isn't really enough. I mean, you need to have it probably... Actually, is that how many Team Protoss has? Yeah, it's about 4. I guess they need more than 2, I was going to say, but 4 is probably good if you're also producing carriers off of 2 Stargates. Third base is up, though. This Oracle, trying to make sure nothing happens here at the third, but it's going to be difficult for it to do so. Swinging back on in and actually getting in range of that Spore Crawler again that it knows is there. Taking a few more pot shots, trying to throw down a... Oh, canceling... Ooh, canceling the Stasis Ward and getting killed at the same time. That was not fantastic play by Team Protoss. This is super oversaturated. You need to transfer those drones over here immediately. Team Zerg, you can do it. Roaches are pushing out. So, I mean, a small group of roaches here at the 6-minute mark. I don't know what exactly the plan is, but it's going to work maybe a lot better than I thought. The Adept dies immediately. The roaches just pop right on in. They immediately try to kill the Stalker. They do manage to get it. Photon Overcharge goes down. It'll probably chase them away at this point. They would like to get this probe, get this pylon, get some of these probes, but that's not going to happen. The Oracle, the one that didn't die, is still kind of swinging around here, but no, actually taking some hits. And is it going to die? No, it is not. Throwing down Revelation. I always get these mixed up. What is it? Revelation... Yep, that's what it is. Revelation. Enemy units and structures within the target area to grant vision for 43 seconds, which doesn't seem like a long time when you look at it, but man, that is a long time for these guys to show what's going on. So right now, Protoss can see everything these Hydralisks can see. So roaches and hydras and everything, they see exact composition, and these carriers are going to be a big problem. I did actually play an Archon Mode game with Fanboy Gaming. You might have seen me retweet that on Twitter. But basically, we were Zerg, we tried to go mass Hydra against mass Carrier, and it did not work whatsoever. It was very, very difficult. We ended up losing the game. I think Corruptors might be a better option, but I don't think we even have a Spire for the Zerg team right now. So another base coming up for Team Protoss. And is it going to get attacked? No, kind of dancing back and forth. These roaches and hiders don't know exactly what they're doing. Speed's coming up for the roaches. And we're getting upgrades. No, not really upgrades right now for these units. They do have +1 missile and +1 carapace, but +2 is not on the way. Might as well take down this debris. There's a pylon here to scout this out, though. So let's just see how well the DPS does in taking down these rocks. Yep, there goes the ping. Team Protoss saw that. They saw that happening exactly. Going to send over some units to try to deal with it, warping in some Adepts. I don't think Adepts are the correct answer, but here come the carriers. That's a little bit better for sure. So here we come. Gonna snipe down that forward pylon. Immediately dies. We are getting Spire and an infestation back home, but nope, they're carriers. Immediately, Team Zerg says, we are getting out of here. This is a little bit too dangerous for us. We're gonna head on back out to the middle of the map and try to regroup. Again, there's a Spire already on the way. Corruptors might be a good answer, getting +2 missile attack. We are getting interceptors, more carriers, air weapons level 2, and ground weapons level 1 just about to finish, as well as more gateways. So again, just kind of macroing up off of these 3 bases. 3 bases for Zerg as well. This is not as saturated as it probably should be. We still have way too many workers over here on this natural, trying to attack at the front with these roaches and these hydras. Do take it down a pylon, depowering these 2 buildings. Gonna get a gateway. Yes, we're getting cyber core hit. Would be really great if we can focus that down. And yes, it does end up going down. Roaches and hydras have done enough damage for now. The Photon Overcharge just chased them away, as well as the army slowly moving on over to defend. But by this time, the Zerg army is gone. Might swing back around, try to take out this base. They could probably get it, depending on how slow Team Protoss is to react. Might be better to kind of sit here in a middle area, so they're kind of equidistant to both of the bases, and that way a little bit easier to defend both of this far base and this far base. But are we taking another expansion? No, Red Archon's getting a lot of gas. I keep saying Red Archon. Team Zerg is getting a lot of gas, but not really has the mineral income that you would expect to see. This is also a little unsaturated. It is getting mined out, so this is to be expected, to be honest. 129 to 146 in favor of the Protoss player. There we go. Corruptors are on the way. +1 Zerg flyer attack on the way as well. Still +2 missile attack. Yes, that's what it is. Man, this base being taken as well. Team Protoss doing super, super well right now, expanding everywhere that they want to, holding off attacks. Losing the cybernetics core was a bit of a problem. Those upgrades are delayed, but actually rebuilt, replanted. Where is that cyber core? Possibly in a safer place. Yeah, kind of back here, farther away from that front door. Cyber core is researching that +1 or +2 air weapons. There's the fleet beacon that we needed. Flying around, Corruptor, just kind of seeing what they can see. There's not really much to do. Are we chasing that Phoenix? Yeah, probably chasing that hallucinated Phoenix, which really doesn't... I mean, there's not much you can do about it because it's a hallucinated Phoenix. It's going to die anyway. There we go. Taking another base finally is Team Zerg. I mean, probably I would take this one. Maybe it's a little bit closer to home. This is a bit of a ninja. A little bit harder to defend if those carriers show up. Maybe even this one might be a little bit better. This one's probably a good choice. You already have the creep sped fairly close to it. But again, I am not playing. Team Zerg is doing fairly well on their own. Making infestors, getting a hive. Not sure what the hive is for. I wonder how well Parasitic Bomb does against carriers. It does a lot of damage, but carriers have a lot of hit points and a lot of shields. They do stack up like this. especially if they're moving somewhere. So maybe that could be an answer with some Vipers, but I don't see any Vipers in production. Are there any Vipers on the field? No, there are not. There are Corruptors. Like I said earlier, the +1 flyer attack just about to finish. We are getting the shield upgrade for the Adepts and actually Templar Archives. Where is that Templar Archives? I clicked on it. No, I didn't click on it. I think I clicked on something else. Templar Archives, where are you? Getting a Twilight Council. There we go. And there's the Templar Archives getting Sonic Storm. Storm is good against Zerg players. Does a lot of damage to everything that Zerg has, except maybe Ultralisks. But Ultras are a bad choice right now because they are carriers on the field and they cannot shoot up. So +3 missile attack on the way. Again, I feel like I had mass upgraded Hydralisks against those carriers in the game I was talking about, and it just didn't do enough. Carrier DPS was just so high. But again, it was mass carrier. This isn't really mass carrier. This is like a group of 7 carriers. I think I was up against more like 20, and it was pretty nuts. A quick ping. Somebody on Team Protoss saw exactly where this army was. Said, hey, 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 get your carriers over there. We need to deal with this. Just kind of bouncing back and forth. We'll have to see. This is a pretty good group of Corruptors. We also have Infestors here. I don't know what their purpose is going to be here. But here we go. Immediately trying to snipe down one of the carriers. Fungal Growth going down, but man, look at how fast everything melts to that huge swarm of carriers. The total group is here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 total. Again, pretty big Mothership Core here as well. Warp Prism on the way. And there's a bit of hasty retreat is Team Zerg. Alright, so again, this base is up. We're getting the gas out of it. This is what I want to see from the Zerg player, but it looks like Team Protoss has had quite enough of this foolishness. Gonna move on out, gonna take care of these creep tumors. Good creep spread, though, by Team Zerg, but unfortunately, Fender says, no, leave my creep tumors alone. Those are my babies. Those are my children. I gave birth to them. But unfortunately, Team Protoss is heedless of his call, and we're just gonna head on up, straight up the middle anyway, onto all this creep, killing the creep tumors, but still, we have the vision, so I mean, we'll have to see what Team Protoss can actually do here. I don't know. I think it's going to be good. But here come the Hydras, getting a little bit distracted. Oh, good force fields, though, keeping them away, forcing them pretty much to this. Oh, and storms as well. Like I said, that Hydra group just got entirely melted. I don't think they killed anything in this death ball from our Protoss player. Oops, storming on top of one of his own carriers. That's a problem. The Corruptor's trying to do what they can, but that's it. Fender calls the GG. He's left the game. What's his teammate going to say about this? Another storm on top of these Corruptors. They are dying. They're not being microed whatsoever. They're just kind of attacking Interceptors. They're lost. They don't know what's going on. But yeah, like I said, Zerg is still hanging out here. Somebody on Team Zerg is still around. Spore Crawlers, again, trying to kill Interceptors. It is a fool's errand, though. You can kill all the Interceptors you want, but as long as these carriers are still alive, they're going to wreck everything that you have. I think the Adepts have been a little superfluous here. Like, maybe a few less Adepts and a couple more carriers might be a little bit more effective. The Storm has been good, though, so I like that. A couple Zealots just in case. And again, the force fields from the Sentries have been nice as well. I really don't know what Team Zerg is doing in this replay. And there we go. Finally leaves. That is it. OoOoO has left the game. Coolman and VampyWorm, representing Team Ascension, have succeeded. So, well played there. Pretty good composition. Maybe something that my Protoss friend can look at. I guess it takes a while to get to carriers, but really Team Protoss had them at the 10-minute mark, I want to say, if not earlier. So maybe a, carrier, Templar, Adept, Zealot, Sentry composition might be the way to go. I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, this has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Thank you so much for watching today. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all /FalconPaladin. And until next time, thanks again for watching. Tell a friend, and you take care of yourself.